Alright, Brian X3000 back again for the part 2 of my carry pistols. Where I left off, I was talking about the Glock 23 being a good in-between, well, that's not here, a good in-between for the 22 and the PF9. So far, I have taken, even though I just got it yesterday, I have taken it out and seen that it fits all my holsters, and I can easily conceal this. Easily concealable, easily reachable, packs the power of a 40 caliber in the name of like the 22, the Glock 22. It packs that 40 caliber capacity or stopping power. Now, I'm not going to get into any argument about which one has a greater stopping power or not a greater stopping power. I believe it all depends on how and where you shoot to actually give a great stopping power. I don't believe in carrying a 22 obviously for self-defense. I mean, by 22 I mean a 22 caliber, not a 22 Glock 22. I don't believe in carrying a 22 caliber for personal defense or home defense. But even then, 22 caliber handguns have been known to stop several people. Now, if a 22 caliber can stop an attacker and make them think twice, then certainly you're not going to go ahead and be able to badmouth a 9mm to anyone, really. 380s have known to have great stopping power. By great, I don't mean, that it's better off than some of the higher ones, but it has a good enough record to stop an assailant. So 9mm also has a great stopping power. The 40 cal, which is just my preference, because like I said, I fired both the 40 caliber and I fired the 9mm, and I preferred the 40 caliber. So definitely, if I want to go ahead and get another handgun in a compact size, it would make more sense to go with a 40 caliber. Again, I looked and did a lot of research into different other handguns, 40 caliber size, like the XD40, the Springfield XD40. And I have seen a couple of videos where people said it is pretty much a knockoff from the Glock. Looking at it personally and actually holding it, it is quite similar to the Glock in its own little type way. And even though it was quite good to hold, one of the problems I had with it was its so-called the grip safety. I don't really see the purpose of it. Why just have extra things on it that don't really serve much of a purpose? So I decided that instead of getting that, and since like I said earlier, I had the 22 Glock 22, why not just stick with another 40 caliber, also Glock, which is, let's face it, despite all the haters out there, you all know Glock is very reliable, very durable, and I thought that hey, if I already had a Glock 22 and the mag will actually work in the 23, get the 23. I've seen a couple of videos, like there's a video from, I believe his name is Hitchcock 45. Yeah, I liked his own videos. I'll subscribe to his channel. You might decide to do the same. He actually is quite helpful. He got a Glock 23 4th generation pistol. Mine is a Glock 22. This is the third generation. This Glock 23 third generation. This is a Glock 22, also third generation. Now, people said that if you're going to get a Glock, especially a Glock 23 now, the best thing is go ahead and go with a fourth generation. But let's face it, I would disagree with that. You know, the advantage of a Glock 23 fourth generation pistol are just a few things. Some of which includes the interchangeable back strap, the dual spring in the slide, and I believe there's a third one, but I can't remember right off the top of my head right now. But those were like the three. Those are at least those are two of the advantages they said were with the fourth generation pistols. Now, if you need the back strap, this generally comes with a fixed medium size back strap. If you want to go with a small size because your hand is smaller, or go with a bigger size because your hand is bigger, it's just like the problem I have with the grip of the PF9 because it's a smaller size grip. If you want to go with a bigger size grip, yes, I would say the fourth generation would be quite good. But like I said, I have medium sized hands. If I go ahead and I hold this like this, it actually fits my hand just perfectly. My thumb rests right there. My finger out of the trigger guard, of course. You know, safety, very important. It fits my hand like a glove. So I decided that why go ahead and get something because of an interchangeable back strap if my hand already fits this particular grip perfectly. The second thing was the spring, the dual spring. I heard because of the dual spring it reduces recoil. But this is the thing I had with it, because I actually normally, like, I want to do any kind of real gun-related research. One of the places that I actually turn to would be YouTube for my research. And one of the things I found out was because of the dual spring, it actually, sometimes some people said that they had a problem. I believe this lady on Lima Life, she said she got a Glock. I can't remember which caliber she said she got, but she got a fourth generation. And because of the dual spring, she said she had problems with it failing to eject. Now, she said she had a few problems with that, for a while, and she decided to go ahead and call, I guess, the Glock office, and they sent her a single spring which would fit her fourth generation. I believe it was a 23, but then again, don't quote me on that. But they gave her a single spring that would fit her fourth generation Glock pistol. And when she put that in, she said she fired several rounds through it, no problems. Now, you can't just take out the single spring from a third generation and put it in a fourth generation, because if you take a look here, you'll find out that the spring size, the size of the hole for the spring here, it's smaller if you compare it to the size of that of a fourth generation. The radius is a lot wider. So you can't just interchange. The best thing is call Glock and tell them what the problem is, and they probably will send you that spring, and they should be able to fix that problem if you have a fourth generation and are having that problem. So with that looked into, I decided that it was a lot better for me to just stick with the third generation, which I've come to like and love from Glock. It's just my preference again. Others might have different other preferences, but that's that on it. So far, the only things I've added to my new Glock 23 is the grip plug that you see right here.